Hello, Goals. How are you doing? The long awaited interview with Tobias from Sweden Rock magazine is finally out. The one where they promised to reveal the real reasons why the band is currently on pause. So today, we're going to break down the most important details from that interview. Let's go. The interview starts in a very direct and clear way. Is this the end of Ghost? Tobias speaks with a lot of honesty about how he's feeling. After 16 years of nonstop work, he feels like it might be time to try new things and let the machine slow down for a while. He explains it like this. During earlier album or tour cycles, I've usually already had a meeting with the agent about where the next tour would go. I'd probably already finished the next album title and cover, or at least a draft of the artwork. I had likely already started talking to the clothing company Eton about suits. I had already finished a lot of things in advance. This time I haven't done that, and that's really the difference. Right now it's unclear what the next step will be. I think no one doubts that Tobias has been working tirelessly on his project, sacrificing moments with loved ones to build the vision that Ghost is today. And personally, I think it's actually healthy for artists to take a step back sometimes and explore other things creatively, as he puts it. Sometimes it's best to let something rest for a while and then do it properly again. For me personally, it has always been important to feel that I actually want to do it. That has been the strongest driving force for me until now. Tobias also talks about something much more personal. He explains that Ghost has already taken many years of his life, and if he wants to pursue some of the other things he's interested in, that also means spending more time with his family. During much of his children's upbringing, he's been away on tour, not only physically, but often mentally as well. Now that the time left before his kids finish school feels shorter, he says he really wants to be there for that stage of their lives. The reason it might sound dramatic is that Ghost has been running non-stop all these years. 15 or 16 years is a long time. Look at almost any band that has been active for that long. I have different ideas that I want to try to realize in the coming years. Some involve musical and visual projects. Some things are a bit more realistic, others will be relatively difficult to carry out. And for now, Ghost doesn't seem to be part of those new plans for the future. But according to Tobias, sometimes it's actually better to let something rest for a while so you can come back and do it properly again. For him, it's always been important to feel that he genuinely wants to do it, that the motivation is really there, and he says that feeling has always been the strongest driving force behind everything he's done up to now. Sooner or later, the soil becomes exhausted if you constantly harvest it and never let it rest. You need to do something else in between. You have to step away and do something else in order to feel that you have something else within you. I used to say that I wanted to be something, but that's not really how I see it anymore. Rather, it's about having another function. My driving force isn't that I have to stand at the center and be the lead singer of a band all the time. Instead of jumping straight into the next Ghost cycle and beginning another one, you might do something else for a while, with the aim of eventually finding your way back. That's why I've never said that Ghost is ending or that something is the last. I have no idea. And that's something I'm honest about. I don't know if or when we'll do it again. He also explains that many artists end up getting completely trapped in their work identity and in the constant need for validation. Because of that, they feel like they can't stop. So they keep pushing themselves harder and harder. And he even brings up examples like Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston. along with many other artists who push themselves to the absolute limit, trying to stay at the top at any cost. In many cases, they never realize that stepping back or simply taking a break can actually be the smartest decision. For Tobias, one thing that has really helped is the fact that he can step away from his stage character and leave it behind. Not every artist has that separation between their real life and their persona, and he says he's always tried to stay grounded through all of this, and that for the most part, he believes he's managed to keep his feet on the ground. I hit the wall in September 2023, and it was really tough for 3 months. It was a serious warning. I had daily anxiety attacks and felt very strange, and it affected my need to feel that I didn't have to do anything. Sometimes you try to live as if success will solve everything. But there are certain things you truly have to do if you don't want to put a gun to your head. And it's incredibly important to get away from that mindset. You have to accept the consequences. And I think that now I've managed to find some relief in the feeling that this is the only life I have. I got the girl, the movie is over, and now I just have to enjoy what I have. I had to go to therapy and learn what was actually happening. It's not just the mental or physical things that trigger anxiety attacks, but everything surrounding it. Being able to balance all aspects of life, being a dad, a husband, a brother, a son, a boss, a friend. All of that also needs to work. I think everything that has happened is good. The shitty parts, the fun parts, and everything I dreamed about and fought for. I really like what I do. But for it to continue being fun, inspiring, and good, I have to moderate it. That's really the only difference when I talk to the band and our crew. The only thing I say today, unlike all the other times, is that we don't know when we'll do it next time. He continues by saying that about 5 years ago, it was incredibly important for him to know exactly what the future of Ghost would look like. At the time, he had a whole list of goals and milestones he wanted the band to achieve. And he explains that he still has ambitions and things he wants to accomplish before he's done with Ghost. But at the same time, he makes it clear that he doesn't want to continue if it's not with the same passion he had when he first started the project. So, the takeaway from all of this is that Tobias simply needs some time to rest, explore new things, and reconnect with his creative motivation. It's always refreshing when artists are open about their mental health struggles, and Tobias has consistently been very transparent about that. I'm honestly glad to see that he knows his limits and respects his project enough not to push it to the point where it becomes something he no longer enjoys. As a fan, the only thing I can really say is that I wish him a great break. I hope he has fun, takes the time he needs, and gets to work on all the creative projects he wants. And of course, I'll be following everything he does next and sharing any new updates that come up. How are you feeling about all of this? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more ghost content. And remember,
go live your lives, goddammit.